Hey guys, it is Professor Pat with Rec Success here. And what we are talking about today is going to be a component of estate planning. A lot of people are affected by the COVID funk and they have been unable to focus on their business. So, there are always a lot of things to get in order to, keep our house in order. So today we're going to talk about life insurance and term insurance versus permanent life insurance, whole life, universal life. There's a few different names for it. And we are going to look at some of the pros and cons, and more importantly, getting you guys to understand what you have in place or what you do not. So, um, the first thing about term and permanent life insurance to understand is there's a massive cost difference. About $7 in term, the comparable amount would cost you $100 in whole life insurance. Now, what I need you guys to understand is here's some of the pros and the cons. Um, Term life insurance is like you're leasing insurance on a term, 20 years, 30 years. So, for example, I have a policy, it costs me about $50 a month. It's $250,000. And I got that on a 30-year term. I got that when I was about 35 years old. So it expires when I'm 65, and it's gone. It's gone forever. That is what term life insurance is. You're basically leasing insurance. It's designed to be an income replacement. It's designed for the elimination of debt, and it is more cost effective. It is a stopgap. People that rely on term life insurance, the mentality is you will have your house in order, meaning your finances, if you live to the end of your term policy. Maybe you're 30 now, you get a 30-year policy. At 60, if you have that 30-year policy, you're assuming at 60 you have your house in order. You have the right savings, you have the right investments. Everything is as it should be. Now, what are the cons to term? It's very expensive to renew. I believe my policy is something like $900 a month to renew. And the other con is when it runs out, there is no death benefit. So a lot of people I talk to, I'm like, okay, do you have life insurance? They'll often say yes. Well, what's your death benefit? I don't know. I've got to check. Um, I would suggest that that's probably a problem. You should be in the know, especially if you're married with kids, especially. Um, and then the next question I inevitably ask is, was it term or is it like permanent? Um, People don't know that, and that is another huge problem. Now we go down to permanent insurance. The pros, it's peace of mind for life. But we have to understand the difference. So again, I'm going to give you some real context. I have a permanent policy that I bought before I knew anything about money management. It's about 15 years old, I want to say. It's 13 years old, and I pay $670 a month for that policy for 20 years for $500,000 insurance. So that's a lot of money each month. But now at the end of the 20 years, I stop paying that. And by the time I'm done paying it, I would have paid $160,000 in premiums. And I'll have $500,000 of life insurance. Now, the great thing about whole life is you're always going to have that death benefit. So if you live paycheck to paycheck, you are always going to have that death benefit will always be there. Now, there's something else that brokers try to talk about. That's the cash value of a policy. And they try to say that it's an investment. and they talk about, a cash value. But I can tell you, I've been paying into my policy $670 a month for 13 years. Currently, the cash benefit on my policy is like $10,000 or $12,000. It's nothing, and I've paid in like over 100 grand. So think about it. It's sold as an investment. It's not. It's terrible. You get a very, very small ROI, usually about 1.5%, can go up to 2% in some cases. Heavy management fees, heavy commission fees. And I have a breakdown here: cash value, cons, expensive, inflexible, low return of investment, and $104,000 with a cash value around $10,000. So the point of this video is for you guys to understand term life insurance. You only have it for a term, like you're renting the insurance policy. They get the death benefit if you die during the term. There is no benefit outside of that. Permanent life insurance is much more expensive. Okay, $7 of term is going to cost you $100 in permanent. So I have a couple permanent policies. One was purchased for me when I was a child by my mom and dad, and the other one by myself before I knew anything really about investing and money management. If I could go back knowing what I know now, I would do things differently. However, I can't. I've only got a few more years. I think 6 or 7 more years. Then the policy's paid up, and my family will have that $500,000 benefit in perpetuity, or whoever my beneficiary is. So guys, it's critically important when you're making plans for your family that you understand the difference between term or whole or permanent, universal, whatever lingo the company that you're working with uses. And there are strengths to both. I believe we all want to be good with our money. That's why I think term is going to be the way to go for most of you. But if you have any questions, guys, comment below and message me. If you guys have a general question, I'd be happy to make a video and address it in general. If you guys would like to book a private coaching call, just reach out to me and I'd be happy to accommodate with that. And guys, I hope you got something out of the video. Thanks so much.